Om Shri Matre Namaha. Hello my divine viewers, hope you all are doing good. Welcome to Vedic Dream Meaning. In Vedic astrology, the concept of Dharakaraka plays a vital role in understanding relationships, particularly marriage. The term Dharakaraka is derived from Sanskrit, where Dhara means spouse or partner and Karaka refers to significator. So simply put, Dharakaraka is the planet that signifies the qualities of your life partner and the dynamics of your marriage. So in today's video, we will be discussing about your spouse from the Dharakaraka planet's point of view. In the system of astrology, the Dharakaraka is one of the Charakarakas, a set of planets that signify different aspects of life, like soul, siblings, and in this case, the spouse. The planet that holds the lowest degree in your birth chart, regardless of its sign or house placement, becomes your Dharakaraka. This planet gives insights into the characteristics, nature, status, and experiences you may share with your spouse that we will be discussing. You can check the planet in the 7th house of the Navamsha chart. If you're curious to know regarding beauty, complexion, body build of the spouse, this video does not cover that. The Rashi and the Nakshatras in which the Dharakaraka planet lies and the house in which the Dharakaraka is will be the videos in the upcoming series. Of course, there are other factors that need to be seen like Lord of the 7th house, planetary and Rashi aspects, the conjunctions, the placement and position of Jupiter or Venus, placement and position of Rahu and Ketu, the 7th Lord in your D9 chart, etc. And there are many more factors which are required to get a wholesome view of your marital life. For example, if Dharakaraka is in the 5th or the 9th house from the Atmakaraka planet, it is considered good. But if it is in the 6th, 8th or the 12th house from the Atmakaraka, it's considered as not so good for the relationship. So in this video, we will focus on how we can use the Dharakaraka planet as a tool to get a glimpse of your spouse's characteristics and nature with basic understanding. As a first step, you need to identify your Dharakaraka planet, similar to the procedure you follow to identify your Atmakaraka, which shows your soul purpose. If you haven't watched the video, I will mention the links in the description box and in the I button for your easy access. Basically, you need to find the planet that holds the lowest degree in your birth chart. Traditionally, the primary planets, that is the Sun, Moon, Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Venus and Saturn are considered as Dharakaraka, while Rahu and Ketu are considered as shadow planets and they are only a representative vector force which are derived from the planetary positions of Sun and Moon at the time of your birth. So they are not considered as Dharakaraka. However, this is a very debatable topic because some astrologers include them as well. Anyways, for the purpose of this video, we are going to stick only to the 7 primary planets. Sun as Dharakaraka holds a very significant meaning for your relationship and marriage. The Sun represents power, authority, confidence and individuality. So as a Dharakaraka, it suggests that your spouse may possess leadership qualities, or you may be drawn to people with a strong sense of self, someone who's in a good position and a very authoritative personality. They might have a natural ability to shine in the career or social life, often taking on roles of responsibility or influence. A person with the Sun as the Dharakaraka is likely to attract a partner who's very ambitious, confident, inspired and driven, as long as it's not afflicted with Rahu, Ketu, Saturn or even Mars. Your spouse may be someone who values recognition and respect both in their personal and professional life. At times, they may have a very strong ego or maybe arrogant, or in some cases, this might turn into stubbornness as well. And it will be very important to balance this within the marriage because the Sun can also indicate a need for independence. And as we all know, with power comes dominance. So hence the dominating quality also will be naturally present. When Sun is your Dharakaraka, you will desire a partner whom you can depend on, rely on, someone who is very spiritual, someone who has social status, someone who can take care of you, someone who can protect you and guide you in your life. Sun represents father and Moon represents mother in Vedic astrology. So when Sun is your Dharakaraka planet, then your spouse may have father-like qualities. For example, being authoritative, accountable, responsible, helping you with the decisions in your life, guiding you, or might even take those decisions on behalf of you. On the positive side, a Sun Dharakaraka can bring a partner who's very warm, generous, full of vitality, offering strength and support in the relationship. He or she will be like a source of light in your life and provide you moral support. However, it may also indicate challenges related to pride, some controlling power, or a desire to dominate. So communication and mutual respect are a key to navigate these kind of potential issues, especially in your marital life. In terms of life goals, your partner may push you to pursue success, leadership roles, or to get greater recognition. They are likely to be someone who motivates you to achieve your highest potential. The placement and the strength of the sun in your chart, along with these aspects, like I mentioned earlier, will further influence how these traits will manifest in your marriage. You are likely to marry someone who's disciplined, punctual, and a bit commanding. They may have a strong ego and tend to dominate in the marriage as well. However, they will be very reliable and they will get things done in your marriage. As the sun represents authority, leadership, your spouse could be working in government jobs, administration roles, or political leadership, management or executive roles. And since sun is also associated with justice, they could be someone who's involved in legal matters, military or defense, entrepreneurs, or in some cases, healthcare professionals as well. Like we mentioned earlier, if sun is well placed and aspected by friendly planets, let's say Jupiter, it will bring the positive qualities. While if it is aspected by enemies, like say example Rahu, it will bring out the negative qualities. When sun is associated with Saturn, then it gives a very egoistic, highly disciplined and serious person. When it is associated with Rahu, the spouse tends to be highly ambitious and dominating in nature. And when it is with Ketu, they may lack some self-esteem, they'll be a little less confident and not so driven in life. The moon represents our emotions, mind, and nurturing qualities. It's associated with our inner world, our responses to the environment, and our need for emotional security. So when the moon is your Dharakaraka, its influence is quite significant in shaping your relationships. When the moon is your Dharakaraka, it suggests that the emotional bonding is very important to you in your relationships. You may be drawn to partners who are emotionally sensitive and capable of providing a deep sense of emotional security. Someone who shows their emotions upfront and are able to connect with your emotions as well. This placement often indicates a need for the relationship that offers not just companionship but also a great emotional connection. As we already know, sun represents father and moon represents mother in Vedic astrology. So when the moon is your Dharakaraka planet, you may find that you are attracted to partners who are very nurturing and caring. This placement can point to a partner who plays an important role in creating a sense of comfort, care, emotional stability in your life, like a mother. Your ideal partner might be someone who is very supportive, very empathetic, and be able to understand your emotional fluctuations. You will have a very good emotional bond with your partner, especially when it is aspected by the Jupiter or if it is in a good position. This nurturing aspect can also manifest in a partner who's closely connected to a family values and believes in domestic harmony. The moon's influence in Dharakaraka position shows the importance of family and home life in your relationships. Your spouse will be naturally inclined in cooking, taking care of the household responsibilities, taking care of children or pets, etc. You might be attracted to partners who prioritize family and create a warm, supporting home environment. So this placement can signify that your partner will bring a sense of emotional warmth and care into your domestic life. So it enhances your overall harmony in your life. Since moon is considered as a water element, the person will be very adaptable by nature. There will be more chances of the person adjusting his or her qualities for you. And if the moon is well positioned and not afflicted by planets Saturn or Rahu, then the spouse will be naturally very pleasant and good looking, very adaptable, very caring, etc. When moon conjuncts with Saturn, which is a more authoritative or a strict disciplined planet, the person tends to feel a little burdened, and that results in the person becoming quite rebellious, emotionally insecure, or constantly they'll be seeking validation from people around or from their partners. If moon conjuncts with Rahu, depending on which house it is in, for example, let's say the 5th house, the spouse may always have high expectations. So they'll remain unsatisfied with unfulfilled desires always. And say if it is like 6th house, then the person would be emotionally weak and they will experience a lot of stress. If it's 7th house, then 7th house, it will bring you wealth from the spouse side family, but you will get someone who's little younger than you, and there'll be also a lot of ups and downs in marital life. The person will be a little childish in behavior. So let me know if you want a separate video on Moon and Rahu conjunction effects in the comments below, and I will make a separate video on that. Okay, now coming back to the topic, let's see the challenges with Moon as Dharakaraka. While the Moon as Dharakaraka has many positive aspects like we explained, there are also some challenges that you need to be aware of when the Moon is afflicted. One of them would be emotional sensitivity. It can sometimes lead to dependence on your partner for emotional support. Spouse may tend to have extreme mood swings and may be excessively emotionally attached to you. You might find yourself also relying heavily on your partner to feel secure or validated. Your spouse may usually enjoy fine food, clothes, sweets, and luxuries. You may feel a little strained to always meet their expectations. It's important to cultivate emotional self-reliance and work on balancing your needs with those of your partner. So being aware of these tendencies, challenges can help you build more balanced and a fulfilling relationship. Okay, now let's see what will be the influence of the Moon's position in different signs. The Moon's placement in different signs can give you some additional information to how it will influence you as your Dharakaraka. For example, let's take water signs like Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. The emotional connection is likely to be very deep and intuitive. You may have a natural understanding of your partner's feelings. Your partner also will have very good understanding of your feelings. There'll be an emotional connection between you both. These signs, the water signs, will multiply this nurturing and empathetic qualities and in your relationship. If it is air signs like Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, the communication and intellectual connection becomes more prominent in your relationship. You will seek a partner who gives you that mental stimulation and values open and honest communication. Your need for emotional support as having Moon Dharakaraka, that will always be there. But in this case, it may come through shared ideas, thoughts or perspectives through some intellectual connection or communication wise. And coming to earth signs like Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn, here practicality and stability will be the key points. You might find comfort in a partner who is more grounded in life, who is more secure, who is more stable, something like someone who's got that kind of an approach towards life and relationships. So there is a focus on building a secure and a stable foundation together. You are more leaning towards emotional security and stability in this case. If it is in the fire signs like Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, passion and enthusiasm could define your relationships. You might be drawn to partners who are more energetic, who are more adventurous, someone who can bring some excitement to your life, someone who can add a new experience, some sort of a new dimension and outlook into your life. You'll be drawn to such partners. So here in this case, you'll be more leaning towards emotional fulfillment. Regarding the profession of the spouse, we can say at a very high level that since Moon is more related towards nurturing, caring and more empathetic qualities, the person could be in a profession where it is related to healthcare, someone who has a nurturing aspect in the profession like healthcare fields, insurance, psychologist, etc. The phase of the Moon at the time of your birth can influence how your Moon's Dharakaraka placement will manifest in your relationships. So let's look at how different lunar phases can shape your emotional needs and the kind of a partner you may attract. So it's very important that as a first step you find out what is the phase of the Moon at the time of your birth. And now let's see the effects. So say if it was a new moon, that is Amavasya, say you were born during a new moon phase. When the sun and the moon are closely aligned, it can indicate that you are drawn to relationships that offer a sense of renewal, someone with a fresh emotional experience. You may seek a partner who can help you start new emotional journeys or explore some new things in life. There's often a craving for emotional clarity, though your emotional needs may feel somewhat hidden or it's very hard to express them. A new moon Dharakaraka partner may be someone who helps you find your own emotional well-being even in the darkness. If it's a waxing crescent moon, or it's called as a Shukla Paksha Pratipada, with the moon in its waxing crescent phase, moving from the new moon to the full moon stage, there is an energy of growth. It's in the growing phase, right? So there is optimism. There is some sort of development in relationships. You may be drawn to a partner who is constantly evolving or who's supportive in your personal and your emotional growth. So this phase suggests that a relationship dynamic in which both the partners will help each other and they will help each other expand emotionally. They will learn together. They will grow together. You will support your partner will also support you. When the waxing crescent moon is your Dharakaraka, it indicates that the relationship is seen as a process of discovery, where nurturing each other's potential becomes the focus of the relationship. Say if it is the first quarter moon, which is the Shukla Paksha Ashtami. So the first quarter moon phase, where the half of the moon is illuminated, it represents action, decision making and challenges. So if you have the moon as Dharakaraka during this phase, your relationships may often involve navigating through challenges or taking some decisive actions together, taking some decisions together. You may attract a partner who pushes you to make some important choices in life, encourages you to face some emotional obstacles, So it's a phase of taking responsibility and also finding some strength through emotional struggles. So your ideal partner would be someone who supports your growth during even the times of challenge. Waxing gibbous moon, which is the Shukla Paksha Dashami se Purnima. In this phase of the moon is almost full. And this phase represents the refinement, adjustment and sort of anticipation. You're waiting for the full moon, right? If you have the moon as Dharakaraka in this phase, your relationships will be focused on perfecting your emotional connections, working towards a shared goal. You might seek a partner who helps refine your emotional self, who helps refine your character, who helps refine your life, someone who encourages constant improvement and emotional evolution. They help you in your evolution. So there's a sense of striving for an ideal relationship, one that is emotionally fulfilling and almost complete, but both the partners are working together to get there, to get to that point. There's a sense of striving for an ideal relationship, one that is emotionally fulfilling and almost complete. So you're almost on that stage of completion. But in this stage, both the partners are working together to get to that stage. So both of y'all are working towards this common goal. Full moon or Purnima. The full moon, when the moon is fully illuminated, it represents completion, emotional intensity and your fulfillment. So when you have a moon as Dharakaraka in the full moon phase, your relationships are likely to be highly emotionally charged with a deep need for connection and emotional values, emotional exchange, emotional connections, security, etc. You may be drawn to a partner who provides balance, helping you achieve emotional wholeness, to complete you emotionally. Relationships during this phase often focus on mutual emotional expression and the fulfillment of both the partner's emotional needs. The full moon's energy here is very heightened, right? It's very sensitive. It can lead to emotional highs and lows, but also a great potential. It has a great potential or great way for deep bonding in this case. Then comes the waning gibbous moon, which is the Krishna Paksha Pratipada se Dashami. The waning gibbous phase, which follows the full moon, it represents sharing, wisdom, reflection, the beginning of emotion release because it's waning, right? So there's a beginning of emotion release here. If you were born during this phase, your relationships might center around having an emotional understanding and there's some sort of teaching involved here. You could be drawn to a partner who's wise, someone who's capable of helping you process, release your emotional baggage, help you to understand yourself emotionally. And relationships in this phase will often involve deep emotional conversations where partners will share their experiences and insights, learning from each other. So there's a sense of emotional maturity here in both the partners. and you may seek someone who helps you make sense of all your past experiences. The last quarter moon. So this is the Krishna Paksha Ashtami. The last quarter moon phase is about letting go, resolution, some sort of transformation. So when the moon is in this phase, as your Dharakaraka, it may indicate that your relationships will involve overcoming past emotional patterns and moving towards emotional transformation. So you could be attracted to a partner who is going to help you break away from some sort of emotional patterns, some old emotional patterns, old emotional habits, or some situations in your past that is no longer serving you some sort of growth in this present or in future. So relationships might go through some periods of some emotional challenges, and both the partners may need to release what's no longer working for them. It could be you who's needing this emotional transformation, or you could meet a spouse who needs this emotional transformation. So here the relationship's focus is more on inner emotional healing and finding a resolution. And then coming to the waning crescent moon, which is the Krishna Paksha Chaturdashi, the waning crescent moon phase represents introspection, healing, and closure, because it's again going back to the new moon phase, right? So when the moon as Dharakaraka is in this phase, your relationships may be deeply spiritual or healing in nature. So you might attract a partner who will help you heal your old emotional wounds or bring a sense of completion to your emotional journey. Mostly they will be from a spiritual background, someone who believes in spirituality. This phase indicates a need for peaceful, introspective relationships where both the partners are focused on emotional closure and they're preparing for new beginnings. So you could be drawn to someone who offers calmness, some emotional depth, someone who will guide you through your inner transformation. Mercury, also known as Buddhan in Vedic astrology, represents intellect, communication, learning, curiosity, youthfulness, and adaptability. Mercury is the planet of logic, reasoning, and quick thinking. It focuses on wide variety of skills and loves mental stimulation, problem solving, and communication. When Mercury becomes your Dharakaraka, it suggests that you may attract someone who is intellectual, a great communicator, someone who could be talkative since Mercury is a planet of communication, and someone who is curious about life. This person may have a very youthful energy, constantly learning, sharing ideas, and maintaining a flexible approach to life. On the other hand, since Mercury is at lowest degree in your chart, you may be average in communication or expressing your thoughts, and you may look more matured for your age. Of course, it depends on the conjunction or aspects of other planets with Mercury. For example, Venus. Venus is a friendly planet to Mercury, so Venus and the Mercury combo will improve your relationship with the spouse. If it is, let's say, Jupiter, it is neutral to Mercury, but since it's a benefic planet, it will give a positive influence to your relationship. And if it's in a conjunction, especially in the 7th house, it will bring intellectual relationships or beneficial partnerships. And when it comes to Moon, it's not a favorable planet to Mercury, so therefore it may create some emotional issues in your relationship. However, Mercury's influence also brings certain challenges, which we will discuss later in the video. For now, let's see what's the positive attributes your partner might have under the Mercury's influence. With Mercury as your Dharakaraka, the qualities of your partner will reflect the intellectual, communicative, and youthful nature of Mercury. A well-placed Mercury in your chart will attract a partner who's likely to be very intellectually stimulating. They may have a curious mind, constantly seeking knowledge, and constantly learning. They're someone who loves to explore ideas, ask questions, and engage in meaningful conversations. Whether it's about books, travel, or innovative ideas, your partner will enjoy the process of learning and sharing ideas. Mercury rules over communication, so your partner will probably be someone who is expressive and enjoys conversation. They may be good at expressing their thoughts and ideas clearly and may have a way with the words, whether it's through writing or speaking. You will likely have a relationship which is filled with open communication and intellectual exchange. But the disadvantage here is your communication will be weak while your partner will be a strong communicator in the relationship. Also, Mercury being the fastest moving planet, since it's associated with the air sign, your partner would be someone who gets interested quickly in something and also will lose interest quickly. It is very important to maintain a balanced communication in your life so that your spouse remains interested and feels invested in the relationship. Also, if the Mercury is not well placed, or if the Lord of the Rashi in which the Mercury sits is not well placed, then you will have a talkative partner where you don't enjoy the conversations. And over a period of time, you would either get bored or irritated with their talking. In general, the main communication for which the Mercury stands for can become a miscommunication if yours or your partner's Mercury is not well placed. Mercury is a very adaptable planet, which means that your partner will be very flexible and adaptable in nature. They may be able to adjust to changing circumstances very easily and could be open-minded when it comes to trying new things. This flexibility will likely make them someone who can handle various situations in life without too much of stress or rigidity. One of the defining characteristics of Mercury is its youthful energy. Like I said earlier, your partner may maintain a sense of playfulness and youthfulness in their appearance, or they may be slightly childish in behavior, regardless of their age. They might be quick-witted, enjoy humor, and have a light-hearted approach to life. This could make your relationship feel more energetic, fun, and you and your partner would be more like friends. However, when there is a Saturn conjunction or aspects to Mercury, it makes your spouse more serious-minded or more matured and grounded. In general, if you have Mercury as Dharakaraka, try to keep the fun element alive in the relationship. Like friends, try playing games, have friendly get-togethers, go on hiking, etc. Even after marriage, so that you can keep the relationship going. Mercury's influence often brings versatility. So your partner will be someone who has multiple interests or multiple talents. They may be someone who can juggle different skills or different areas of interest, whether it's in their career or in their personal hobbies. This multifaceted nature can add a lot of variety and excitement to your relationship. With Mercury as your Dharakaraka, your partner is likely to be drawn to careers that involve communication, intellect, and creativity. Let's look at some potential career paths that align with Mercury's influence. Mercury rules over communication and writing, like I mentioned before. So they could be a writer or a journalist blogger or even an author for media, publications, or creative outlets like books and blogs. Mercury is also connected with learning and teaching, so your partner may work in the education field as a teacher, professor, or educator. They could be also involved in research. Mercury rules over communication in all forms, so your partner may be in public relations, marketing, or advertising, where they are crafting messages, branding, and promoting ideas or products in creative and innovative ways. Your partner might be also drawn to fields like technology, programming, or IT, where a quick thinking and adaptability is the key. They may have a natural interest for handling gadgets, computers, and other technical areas as well, since Mercury influences intellect and logic. Mercury also governs commerce and business transactions, so your partner could be involved in trading, sales, or business. They may have an ability to negotiate deals, analyze the market trends, and work in areas where communication and adaptability are important. Okay, let's dig deeper into the personality traits of a partner with Mercury as your Dharakaraka. Your partner is likely to be someone who approaches life with logical and rational mindset. They may prefer to analyze situations rather than rely on emotional responses, which can be helpful in problem solving, but could sometimes make them feel as though they are distant or unemotional. Because remember, Mercury thinks like a businessman. Mercury-ruled partners tend to be social butterflies. They love meeting new people, having engaging conversations, building social connections, etc. This might make your partner someone who enjoys attending social events, networking, and being surrounded by a variety of people. Mercury's youthful energy brings a sense of playfulness and a quick wit. Your partner may be someone who loves to joke around, tease, and keep things lighthearted in a relationship. This can add a fun and a dynamic element to your partnership. The adaptability of Mercury is like sitting on the fence. They will be adaptable but sometimes inconsistent. While it makes your partner flexible and open to change, it can also result in inconsistency or having difficulty sticking to the decisions. They may change their minds so frequently, making it challenging for you to establish long-term plans with them with some uncertainty. Mercury's constant need for mental stimulation can lead to restlessness. Your partner may get bored easily if things become too routine or predictable, often seeking new intellectual challenges, new hobbies, new interests, new projects, etc. This mental activity could sometimes lead them to overthinking, and also, like I said earlier, since they are an air sign, they tend to get interested in something very quickly as well as get bored with it very easily. Mercury's influence also impacts the physical appearance of your partner. As Dharakaraka, Mercury brings certain traits to their external personality. Mercury often gives your partner a youthful look regardless of the age. They may appear younger than they are, with a very lively and energetic appearance that matches their quick thinking and a very curious nature. Mercury rules movement and has flexibility, so your partner may be someone who's having a slim physique who appears more active and flexible. So your partner may be someone who has a slim physique and they appear more active. They could be someone who enjoys activities that require flexibility such as sports or dance. Mercury rules communication, and this often manifests through expressive eyes and gestures. So your partner's eyes might be very bright and lively, and they might use their hands a lot frequently while speaking. Now let's see some of the potential challenges that arise when Mercury is your Dharakaraka. While Mercury brings many positive qualities, there are few hurdles that you may need to navigate carefully in your relationship. Overthinking and anxiety. Mercury's sharp intelligence can sometimes lead to overthinking and mental anxiety. Your partner might get caught up in analyzing certain situations, which can create mental restlessness and make it hard for them to find peace in the relationship. Inconsistency and commitment issues. Mercury's adaptable nature, as it has air energy, can make your partner prone to changeability. They might struggle with making firm decisions, especially in matters related to long-term commitment, which can cause instability or uncertainty in the relationship. Emotional detachment. Mercury is a planet of logic rather than emotion, which can make your partner appear more distant or unemotional at times. They may find it challenging to understand or empathize with emotional needs, creating misunderstandings or feelings of emotional neglect. Also, Mercury Dharakaraka will attract potential partners through friendships. So many a times getting commitment and moving it into marriage might become a bit challenging for you. Need for constant stimulation. Your partner's need for mental stimulation may lead them to seek excitement outside the relationship, whether through socializing, new hobbies, or even intellectual pursuits. So this could create a sense of disconnection if they're not mentally engaged within the partnership. Also, since Mercury is exalted in Virgo, and since this is your lowest degree planet, you will constantly seek perfection in your partner in any field. Talkative or argumentative tendency. So like we have discussed earlier, Mercury rules over communication, but when negatively aspected, it can lead to over-talkativeness or even a tendency to be argumentative. Your partner might engage in debates frequently or get caught up in some minor details, which could lead to many small conflicts or misunderstandings during the journey of your life. When Mercury is in fire signs as Dharakaraka, it brings an enthusiastic, vibrant and a high energy partner. Your spouse may be passionate, adventurous and driven with a strong desire for self-expression. They will likely have a bold approach to communication. They'll be often very outspoken, very confident in sharing their ideas. They may enjoy leading discussions or being in the spotlight. Expect a partner who loves exploring new ideas and finds excitement in learning through direct experience. And they'll be mostly an extrovert. The energetic approach may sometimes lead them to become impulsive, and so they may speak or act before fully considering the actual consequence. Mercury in earth signs like Taurus, Virgo or Capricorn. With Mercury in earth signs, your partner will be more practical, grounded and detail-oriented. They may have a logical, methodical approach to life, and they're likely to think things through carefully before making any decision. This partner may value stability and tend to be more organized and responsible in their actions and communications. They could have a particular love for practical knowledge, and they may enjoy the application of the knowledge of what they learn. The challenge here is they focus on practical details can sometimes make them overcritical or too slow to adapt, especially if things don't fit into their expectations of order and reliability. Mercury in air signs like Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Mercury in air signs makes your partner highly intellectual, social, and open-minded. This placement emphasizes a love for conversation, a love for debate, a love for mental stimulation. They may be interested in a wide range of topics, and they might enjoy connecting with others through ideas and discussions, etc. Partners with Mercury in air signs are likely to be adaptable, very diplomatic, very open-minded, and great communicators. They value mental compatibility and enjoy relationships that allow them to explore their ideas freely. Here, the challenge here is, with so much of mental energy, they can sometimes become indecisive, especially when it comes to emotional matters, or they may struggle to stay grounded to the practical aspect of a relationship. Mercury in water signs like Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Mercury in water signs brings deeply intuitive and an emotionally aware partner. These individuals will likely have an understanding and an empathetic form of communication style. They will often be able to sense emotions without words. They're likely to be very imaginative, very introspective, very sensitive, and very intuitive in relationships. Expect a partner who is nurturing and values emotional connection along with intellectual compatibility. They may communicate in a way that is emotionally meaningful and insightful. But the challenge here is that their emotional sensitivity may make them more vulnerable to mood swings or overthinking, as they can be deeply affected by any changes in the surroundings or relationships. Venus or Shukra in Vedic astrology is the planet of love, beauty, harmony, luxury, and pleasure. It represents the finer things in life, including relationships, romance, art, and sensuality. Venus brings a soft, nurturing energy that seeks a balance and connection with others. So when Venus becomes your Dharakaraka, it indicates that you are likely to attract a partner who has these Venus-like qualities. Someone who's charming, someone who's loving, values beauty and harmony in their life. Relationships under Venus as Dharakaraka are typically filled with love, affection, and a desire for emotional connection and shared pleasures. Also, the point to be noted is that since Venus, the planet of love, is your Dharakaraka planet, it means that the planet with low degree, you may not be too emotional, having feelings or attachment towards your partner. You may choose partners based on their beauty, physical appearance, or status, or some materialistic qualities, etc. It's more like a sense of accomplishment for you or a win for you to show off your spouse to the outer world. Also, Venus Dharakaraka can bring certain challenges, which we will discuss later in the video. For now, let's discuss about the positive attributes your partner might have under the Venus influence. When Venus is your Dharakaraka, the qualities of your partner will reflect the romantic, affectionate, and the aesthetic nature of Venus. Let's take a closer look at all the traits of your partner. Your partner is likely to have a natural charm and magnetic attractiveness. Whether it's their appearance or their personality, they will likely draw people in their warm, pleasant energy, especially when you have Venus along with Moon. Also, an interesting point is that when you have a Venus and a Moon combination, usually such people meet their spouses in places that are related to water or food or during travel. Few of my friends had this kind of combination. Married viewers with a Moon and Venus combination, comment below and let us know where you met your spouse. We are curious to know. Your spouse may place a strong emphasis on personal appearance, and they could have a natural sense of some sort of style or elegance. Having said that, beauty is subjective, and we can't generally say that Venus Dharakaraka means extremely good-looking spouse. But they will definitely be comparably more charming than you, and someone who will appreciate the beauty and pleasures of life. Venus is a planet of love, so your partner will likely be someone who enjoys expressing their love and expressing their affection for you. They may be very romantic and passionate. They prefer to express their emotions, maybe through gestures like giving gifts, having a quality time with you, or physical affection, etc. When Venus is your Dharakaraka, you and your partner would strive for harmony in relationships. Your partners may tend to avoid conflict, and they usually are very diplomatic in nature. and they try to resolve the issues peacefully. Your partner may be someone who values balance both in love as well as other areas of life. Basically, they would prefer something like, cooperation instead of confronting or having a quarrel. On the other hand, if Venus is along with Mars, then the partner tends to become a bit argumentative or quarrelsome in nature. Or if Venus is along with Ketu, then you may be in a long distance relationship with your partner, or even if you're together, you may not be interested in your partner that much, while your partner will be very emotionally attached to you. And when Venus is associated with Rahu, there will be a lot of expectations for physical intimacy. When it's associated with Ketu, it becomes just the opposite. Here, the desire for intimacy will be decreased, or it's very low. Moving on, Venus rules over beauty and creativity. So your partner might have deep appreciation for like arts, music, anything which is very pleasing, aesthetic, etc. They may enjoy indulging in the finer things in life. It could be from fashion to art to luxury, etc. Especially if Venus is in Pisces or Meena Rashi, there it is exalted, right? You'll be attracted to someone who is very artistic in nature, or they are related to arts profession in some way. Venus as Dharakaraka often brings a partner who enjoys life's pleasures, whether it's good food, fine wine, travel, or pleasures of intimacy. Your partner might have a sensual nature, finding joy in life's physical experiences and trying to create beauty around them. However, when Venus is in Virgo or Kanni Rashi, where it gets debilitated, then the partner becomes a bit more practical or analytical. And you may be seeking sensuality in the relationship, where your partner might be more disciplined or practical and analytical. Venus is associated with creativity, beauty, and luxury, like I said earlier. So the professions of a partner influenced by Venus, Dharakaraka, may have the following possibilities. For example, since Venus rules over beauty and creativity, your partner could be working in the field of art, design, or fashion, like a painter, sculptor, graphic designer, or involved in any field that requires creativity. Venus also rules over music and entertainment. Your partner might be a musician, actor, dancer, or performer. Someone who can express themselves through arts in media and entertainment industry as well. Venus rules over material pleasures and luxury. Your partner may work in industries that belong to high-end taste, like luxury goods, fashion, or hospitality. They could be an interior designer or a jewelry designer, or they may be managing some upscale hotels and restaurants. Venus energy also aligns with beauty and well-being. So your partner might work in the beauty industry, such as makeup artist, hairstylist, skincare and wellness area, where they're focusing on enhancing beauty or enhancing their health. Venus also loves to bring peace and harmony. So your partner could also be working in a field where they are involved in resolving conflicts or sort of creating a balance is important. For example, a relationship counselor, a therapist, or even a diplomat, someone who will bring balance and maintain balance in the lives and relationships. Now coming to the interesting part, let's see the personality traits of a partner with Venus as Dharakaraka. This placement tends to bring a partner who's generally warm, loving, and emotionally open, but there's more to it. For example, Venus is a planet of love and romance, so your partner may be someone who idealizes love, and they, always look for or seek fairy tale-like relationship. They like believing in the power of love, and they have a very optimistic, or sometimes you can also say very idealistic view of relationships. However, if Venus is afflicted, or when Venus is associated with Rahu, the relationship might be based more on physical intimacy rather than on emotional level. Also, when you have Venus and Sun conjunction, we can see that either you or your partner may have the tendency to prioritize other things over relationships. Like it could be prioritizing your work or business or other life goals, or other achievements, etc. before your relationships. Your partner is likely to have a gentle personality and will value peace and harmony in relationships. They will try to avoid conflict, like I said earlier, and they try to maintain balance in the relationships. So you may find that your partner is a natural mediator, someone who brings calm and stability into your Venus is also connected to pleasures of life. So your partner may be someone who has a love for luxury or comfort or high-end experiences. This could range from enjoying fine dining and beautiful surroundings to having a love for travel, someone who indulges in artistic hobbies. Also, when you have Venus as Darakaraka and it is under Venus Dasha, you might marry someone for materialistic pleasure rather than out of love or understanding. It will be more on a very superficial level than on an emotional level. Venus also rules creativity. So your partner may have a deep appreciation for arts and aesthetics. They might be someone who's, artistically inclined, or someone who loves to be surrounded by beauty and, have harmonious and very attractive surroundings around them, like a very good, well-decorated house, etc. Okay, now let's see the challenges of Venus as Darakaraka. One of the primary challenges with Venus as Darakaraka is the tendency or your urge to find love in relationships. Like we mentioned earlier, the planet of love, that itself is at lowest degree in your chart. Therefore, you're in constant search of love as well as to be loved. So there is often a strong desire for a perfect, deep romance in life. This idealism can lead to some unrealistic expectations of partners and relationships, causing disappointment when reality doesn't match your idealism. So this urge sometimes lead to ignoring or avoiding the imperfections in our relationships, which might push you to make some wrong choices in relationships based on the Rashi and other Navamsha placements of Venus. Venus is associated with luxury, comfort and pleasure, and as Darakaraka, this can manifest as a tendency to seek constant satisfaction. This might lead to overindulgence in pleasures such as food or luxury items or even superficial relationships. The pursuit of pleasure and comfort will become so important to you that at some point it will start leading to avoiding deeper emotional or a spiritual connection in relationships and rather going for something materialistic side or the superficiality in the relationships. Also, in some cases, based on the Venus Mahadasha or the Venus transits, you may attract someone who overindulges in pleasure. Your partner might be someone who is like alcoholic or workaholic, or someone who's money-oriented, someone who's constantly seeking physical pleasure, etc. Venus being the planet of peace and harmony, it often avoids conflict. While this might sound like a very good trait, it can create issues in relationships over a period of time. Partners with Venus as Darakaraka may struggle with addressing difficult issues, with a fear of quarrel or confrontation that will disturb the harmony or the peace that they always want in their regular life. So this can result in suppressed emotions, some sort of unaddressed problems, and ultimately it would lead to a passive-aggressive behavior. Venus loves to be admired and appreciated, and as Darakaraka, this can create an attachment to external validation. The need to be seen as attractive or desirable might lead to an overemphasis on physical appearance or focus on the material aspects of life and relationships. So this external focus can kind of overshadow the development of a deeper emotional intimacy with your partner. So you'll be constantly going for the external aspects of your relationship, like, the material aspects or the physical aspects or the outer look or the appearance or the beauty or money, etc. And with all this focus, somewhere you'll be losing on the emotional connection or the spiritual connection that is very much necessary for a deep foundation in a relationship. And continuing with the same point, the desire for materialistic or physical appearance rather than emotional bonding, it can sometimes lead to superficial connections. So Venus as Darakaraka will try to prioritize surface level relationship instead of having a deeper emotional and spiritual growth that is required for a sustainability of a relationship over a period of time. So there can be a tendency to focus more on appearance or societal standards of love rather than actually cultivating a true intimate bond with your partner. So in some cases, based on how the planet is getting afflicted, Venus Darakaraka will have a tendency of cheating in relationships. So this must be avoided at all cost, because cheating or disrespecting your spouse will further lead to financial issues for you very quickly. Venus in fire signs like Aries, Leo and Sagittarius. In fire signs, Venus brings a dynamic and a very passionate energy. Your partner may be fiery and expressive in love, with a strong desire to enjoy the life's pleasures to the fullest. They may be bold and confident in pursuing what they want in relationships, and they're often looking for excitement and adventure. Venus in earth signs like Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Venus is especially strong in Taurus, one of its ruling signs. In earth signs, Venus brings stability, sensuality, and a love for the material world. Your partner may be someone who's grounded, practical, and focused on creating a comfortable and luxurious life. They will likely be very sensual, enjoying the pleasures of touch, taste, and beauty. Venus in air signs like Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Venus in air signs brings a focus on intellectual connection and communications in relationships. Your partner may be someone who loves to engage in deep conversation, enjoys socializing, enjoys partying, and seeks harmony in their mental and emotional connections. They may be social butterflies and diplomatic in nature as well. Venus in water signs like Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. In water signs, Venus becomes deeply emotional and intuitive. Your partner may be sensitive, compassionate, and emotionally nurturing. They might place a lot of importance on emotional security and seek a soul-level connection in relationships. Expect a partner who is very caring, deeply loving, and sometimes even protective. Mars in astrology represents energy, action, drive, and passion. It's often associated with assertiveness, courage, and sometimes even aggression. When Mars is the Dharakaraka, it significantly shapes the nature of your relationship and the qualities you seek in a partner. Mars as Dharakaraka is all about action and passion in your relationships. You might be drawn to partners who are energetic, career-oriented, dynamic, assertive, and strong-willed. There's a natural attraction to people who have a certain level of confidence and who are not afraid to take initiatives in life. The partner, whether male or female, would be athletic physically, shorter or average height, not necessarily always, and enjoy activities that challenge their body like outdoor sports. And coming to the woman, they would have been tomboyish in nature while growing up. They usually tend to look a little younger in appearance than their actual age. With Mars as Dharakaraka, you are likely to be drawn to a partner who mostly has the qualities of Mars. This means they could be assertive, competitive, energetic, and passionate. They're likely to be strong-willed and independent, someone who is not afraid to take the lead and who actively pursues their goals. A well-positioned Mars will give a courageous, ambitious, and a logical spouse, while if the Mars is afflicted, there are chances of the spouse being bossy and argumentative towards you. Also, the sign and the house placement of Mars in the Navamsha chart can give more detailed clues about the kind of partnership you are destined for. For example, if Mars is in the first house of the Navamsha, you might attract a partner who is bold and assertive. But if it is in the fourth house, your partner might be more focused on home and domestic matters. The aspects that Mars forms in the Navamsha chart can also reveal whether the energy of the Mars brings support or challenges to your marriage. Your relationship might have a strong physical or passionate side towards it, as Mars rules over energy and sexuality. You may find yourself attracted to partners who are very direct, very straightforward. They're not afraid to express themselves. There could be a lot of energy in your connection, which can lead exciting and high energy dynamics in your relationship. However, with Mars comes the potential for confrontation. There may be times when the assertiveness of your partner leads to arguments or power struggles or dominance. A negative Mars can cause anger issues and make the person highly ambitious to the extent that they tend to become selfish. But on the positive side, these challenges can also be opportunities to grow and deepen your connection through mutual respect and understanding. There needs to be a lot of understanding in this relationship. Another key influence of Mars as Dharakaraka is the need for excitement and adventure in your relationships. You may be drawn to a partner who enjoys taking risks, someone who is very spontaneous in life. Routine or passive relationships might not satisfy you. Instead, you seek a partner. You want a partner who can keep you on your toes and challenge you in different ways. This could manifest in shared interests such as sports, travel, or other physical engaging activities. Mars's energy ensures that the relationship stays dynamic and you both feel motivated to keep things interesting. People with Mars energy usually are very adventurous and they love to have fun. They are usually physically active when Mars is in good placement. However, when there is influence of Saturn or Rahu, or when it is in Pisces sign, they would be lazy or moody. But remember, Mars can also bring impatience. The partner would be someone who doesn't like regular routines or waiting or being patient. They like being spontaneous and impulsive in nature. There's a need to be careful that this need for excitement doesn't lead to some sort of burnout or rash decisions in the relationships. Try to find a balance between adventure and stability. That will be the key when Mars is your Dharakaraka. Mars is fiercely independent, and when Mars is your Dharakaraka, you are likely to be drawn to partners who value their independence. You may find yourself in relationships where both you and your partner respect each other's need for personal space and time. There might be a strong need on maintaining individuality within your relationship, and neither of you may appreciate feeling overly restricted or controlled. So, clingy and emotionally dependent or overly attached partners are definitely not your type. This independence can be very healthy for the relationship, allowing both partners to pursue their personal passions and goals without feeling suffocated in a relationship. However, it's very important to make sure that this independence doesn't start turning into a emotional distance over the years. Balancing personal freedom with emotional closeness is crucial for a long-term success. Try setting up some scheduled me time as well as dates frequently to balance both. While Mars brings energy and passion to relationships, it can also create some challenges that you will need to handle carefully. Mars is known for its fiery and a very assertive nature, like we have already discussed before, which can sometimes lead to conflicts or power struggles in the relationship. They would be dominating in nature and sometimes so attached with their life goals that you may have to adjust with their lifestyle. You may need to be mindful of anger or impatience both in yourself and your partner. Due to their competitive spirit and a ready for challenge to prove themselves attitude, there's also a potential for competitiveness in the relationship. See, a healthy amount of competition can keep things exciting in relationships, but too much can lead to friction or ego. It's important to ensure that the dynamics doesn't become overly aggressive and that both partners feel like they are on the same team rather than in opposite teams. Communication is key in balancing Mars's assertive energy. Developing good conflict resolution and management skills and learning how to express your needs clearly but respectfully will go a long way in maintaining harmony. Okay, let's now discuss how Mars as Dharakaraka behaves when placed in different signs. The sign Mars is in will heavily influence how the qualities of Mars will be expressed or shown in your relationships. Let's say Mars is in fire signs like Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. When Mars is in a fire sign, its energy gets amplified. You are likely to be drawn to a partner who's very bold, enthusiastic, and highly energetic. There's a lot of passion, and you might find yourself in a relationship full of excitement and action. However, the intensity of the fire sign can also sometimes lead to quick tempers or some impulsive decisions. So it's important to manage the conflicts constructively. When Mars is in earth signs like Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, Mars in earth signs brings a more grounded and a practical approach to relationships. You might be attracted to someone who's ambitious, hardworking, and reliable. There's a focus on building something lasting, and the energy is channeled into creating stability and security. However, earth signs might sometimes struggle with expressing their emotions openly. So nurturing emotional communication is a key to balance the relationship. Mars in air signs like Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Mars in air signs suggests a partner who's intellectually stimulating and communicative. You may be attracted to someone who values mental connection and enjoys conversations. This placement can bring a lively and a social dynamic to your relationship. However, sometimes Mars in air signs can lead to indecision or overthinking. So keeping the relationship grounded is very important here. Mars in water signs like Cancer, Scorpio or Pisces. When Mars is in a water sign, emotions run deep. So you might be drawn to a partner who is emotionally intense, passionate and very intuitive. Mars in water signs brings a powerful emotional connection, but can also lead to some emotional turbulence if it is not managed properly. So here it is important to navigate emotional needs carefully and ensure that there is space for both the partners to express their feelings. Now when Jupiter is your Dharakaraka, it brings a definite energy to your relationships. Jupiter is the planet of wisdom, growth, expansion, optimism, and higher learning. It rules over philosophical beliefs, spirituality, and a broader purpose in life. When Jupiter is the significator of your spouse, it indicates that you may attract a partner who has these Jupiterian qualities, like, for example, someone who is wise, someone who is optimistic, and someone who's like a mentor or a teacher-like figure in your life. They could be someone who's highly educated, like someone with multiple degrees, or deeply spiritual and believes in moral values. So let's dive deeper into how this placement influences your relationships. Jupiter is known as the Brihaspati or Guru. So when Jupiter is the Dharakaraka, your partner may come across as a teacher or guide in your life. The relationship could be more like a mentor and a mentee relationship. They might help you grow either spiritually, intellectually, or maybe even emotionally. This person could be someone who brings positivity and a broad perspective into your relationship. You may find that your spouse has a strong sense of purpose, always looking for ways to improve themselves and as well as the people around them and the world around them. You would give more importance to their values than their looks. One of the key qualities of Jupiter as Dharakaraka is the mentor or guru-like energy that I discussed before. Your partner could be someone who you or maybe others look up to for guidance. This can lead to a relationship dynamic where your partner helps you to understand the bigger picture of your life, offering you support in your own personal as well as in your spiritual growth. The decisions or actions that you're not able to take in life, they may motivate you to do it, or in some case, they themselves may take it on behalf of you. Jupiter is the planet of wisdom. Now that itself is in the lowest degree in your chart. That's why it is your Dharakaraka planet. So in this case, you would be lacking the natural quality to see the bigger picture of your life. And that's where your spouse comes into your play. And the spouse might have to guide you in becoming the better version of yourself, either spiritually, emotionally, morally, etc. Also, as Jupiter is a planet of expansion, therefore there are chances that after marriage, your life will change hugely. For example, if Jupiter is in the 12th house, there are chances you may move to a foreign country after marriage. So there'll be an entire change in your lifestyle, in your place of residence, etc. However, if your Jupiter has negative aspects or poor placement, then your spouse will tend to have the negative qualities of Jupiter, like overspending, overly idealistic in expectations, or having some sort of blind optimism. Speaking of professions, let's see the kind of careers Jupiter as Dharakaraka might indicate for your partner. Jupiter rules over education, philosophy, religion, and law. So it's common to find partners with this placement working in the field that involves teaching or law, spirituality, counseling, or even finance. So there could be a teacher or professor, there could be a lawyer, some sort of a religious or a spiritual leader, or in general a leader. Or they could be someone who's following a leader very ardently. And a counselor or advisor, someone who's in finance and investment. Finance and investment, Jupiter also rules over abundance and wealth, right? So there's a possibility that your partner is involved in finance, banking, or investment fields. They may have the natural ability to understand economics and create growth in material wealth. Speaking about the personality traits of your partner in terms of personality with Jupiter as Dharakaraka, your partner is likely to have a positive outlook in life. They might be optimistic, seeing challenges as opportunities for growth. Of course, this depends on the placement and conjunction for Jupiter. If Jupiter conjuncts Saturn, it reduces your spouse's optimism and creates a more practical outlook in life. One thing to note is that your partner may be somewhat of an idealist, so they might have high expectations, both for themselves as well as for others, especially when it comes to moral or ethical standards. This can bring an interesting dynamic into your relationship. They may encourage you to reach your highest potential, but could also expect you to maintain certain principles in your lives, maintain certain values in your life. Jupiter as Dharakaraka also suggests a nurturing and supporting partner. They will likely take on the role of someone who helps you see the broader perspective in life. They'll guide you through challenges with wisdom as well as patience. In some ways, they might even feel like a guide or a mentor, always encouraging your growth and self-discovery. As a planet of expansion, your partner would desire to expand both personally as well as professionally. If Jupiter is in the third house, which is the house of communication and connection, then your spouse will not only guide you, but also be good in communication, and he or she will be able to connect with all your family members very well. Regarding the possible physical appearance of a partner with Jupiter as Dharakaraka, the physical traits can vary based on other factors in the chart. Jupiter generally gives a more huge, healthy, and a well-structured physique to the person. Jupiter is known for its expansive nature, so your partner might have a larger or a taller framework. They may appear physically strong or have a solid, sturdy body. They could also have soft, rounded features that give them a more comforting and a very pleasant appearance. And they often have expressive or lively eyes. However, if the Jupiter is placed in the 6th house, the spouse may tend to gain weight in the future and may be exposed to certain health issues like digestive problems, stomach-related problems, intestine problems, etc. Now let's take a look at how Jupiter as Dharakaraka behaves when it is placed in different signs. The sign Jupiter occupies can give an additional information into the specific qualities of your partner. When Jupiter is in fire signs like Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, your partner is likely to be enthusiastic, bold, and highly spirited. They may be passionate about their beliefs. They will have a lot of confidence in their knowledge or spirituality. There'll be a strong desire for adventure and growth, both personally as well as within the relationship. However, be prepared for their idealism and high energy, as they may have a tendency to take risks or act impulsively on decisions. If the Jupiter is in Sagittarius sign and in the 8th house, then the spouse will be healthy as well. When Jupiter is in earth signs like Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, in earth signs, Jupiter brings a more practical and a grounded energy. Your partner could be someone who is highly reliable and focused on building something lasting in life, be it wealth or be it stability or even emotional security. They may take a more measured and a cautious approach to both relationships as well as career. They could have good financial knowledge and use their wisdom to grow material resources. Jupiter in air signs like Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. When Jupiter is in an air sign, your partner might be intellectually driven. They'll be very communicative. They could be someone who loves to explore ideas, someone who explores philosophies, engages in deep conversations, etc. There's a focus on intellectual compatibility and a broad-minded approach towards life. Your partner may be socially active or have a wide network of friends, bringing a sense of connection into the relationship. When Jupiter is in water signs like Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, with Jupiter in a water sign, your partner is likely to be deeply emotional, compassionate, very intuitive. They may be involved in spiritual or healing professions, and they will possess a great sense of empathy. Relationships with Jupiter in water signs can be highly nurturing for you. It will be very emotionally fulfilling and spiritually connected. However, emotional depth can sometimes lead to moodiness or vulnerability. So it's important to balance the sensitivity along with stability. While Jupiter brings many positive attributes to relationships, like we discussed, there can also be challenges when it's your Dharakaraka. One of the main potential issues is idealism. Your partner might set high expectations or be overly optimistic, which could lead to disappointment if reality doesn't live up to their ideals. So they may be sometimes overlooking practical matters in favor of having a broader vision. There's also the possibility of overconfidence or a sense of superiority. Jupiter represents wisdom and teaching, but in a challenging aspect, it can make someone overly preachy about certain topics, someone who's always giving gyan to others, or who's always thinking about self-righteousness. This is something to be mindful of in the relationship, especially if your partner tends to dominate conversation or insist on their views being the right ones. When Jupiter is your Dharakaraka planet, also ensure that the Jupiter is well placed in your partner's chart. Since if their Jupiter is along with planets like Saturn, Rahu or Ketu, then it might lead to an issue where your spouse might start taking advantage of your weakness of being under guidance by them. The positive qualities of Jupiter, that is wisdom, generosity and expansion, far outweigh the challenges, and if approached with understanding, the relationship can be deeply fulfilling and full of growth. If you feel you're not fully tapping into the potential of your Jupiter Dharakaraka, you can click here and follow the remedies to strengthen the Jupiter energy mentioned in the Jupiter Atmakaraka video that is displayed here. Saturn, also known as Shani, is the planet of discipline, responsibility, structure and karma. It represents hard work, maturity, responsibility, and sometimes delay or restriction. When Saturn is a planet that rules over your spouse or long-term partner, it signifies that you may attract someone who represents these Saturn-like qualities. So with Saturn as Dharakaraka, relationships are serious, grounded, and tend to be built on a foundation of commitment and responsibility. You're likely to be drawn to partners who are quite mature, stable, and dependable sorts. However, Saturn's influence can also suggest that such relationships will come with karmic lessons, requiring patience, effort, and the tolerance to sustain in these relationships. When Saturn is your Dharakaraka, your partner is likely to be someone who's responsible, hardworking, and serious-minded. They will be concise and to the point in communication. They may be someone who values tradition, discipline, and order. This person might not be outwardly expressive or emotionally expressive, but they will show their love through actions, dedications, or by doing service to their partners and the ability to provide stability in the relationships. This is their love language. One of the key traits of a Saturn Dharakaraka partner is their maturity. Regardless of their age, they are likely to have an old soul or kind of a practical approach to life. They're someone who sees everything in the practical light. Since Saturn is a slow-moving planet, your partner might be someone who takes the time to commit in the relationship, but once they do, they are going to be incredibly loyal and dependable sorts. You may find that your partner takes a long-term view of relationships and they see love as something that grows together and stronger with time and effort. Saturn as Dharakaraka often signifies that your partner could be someone who's focused on responsibility. It could be either career responsibility, family responsibility, or some sort of societal duties. This person might be a provider in the traditional sense, and they could take their role in their relationship very seriously, even if that means working hard to ensure that the financial or the emotional security in the family is met. Also, it's important to note that the placement of Saturn, for example, if Saturn is in the 1st, 2nd, 4th, 5th, 7th or 9th house for both partners, then the marriage can manage and sustain even through tough times by working together as a team. On the other hand, if it is placed in the 6th, 8th or the 12th house in yours or your spouse's horoscope, then it is a marriage to learn a karmic lesson. So the couple may have to go through a lot of tough times, a lot of quarrels, and based on the severity of karma, it may lead to separation as well. Saturn is a planet connected to structure, hard work, and perseverance, and even authority. So your partner is likely to work in a field that requires discipline and long-term dedication. So there are chances that your partner might be from professions which are related to government or administration or civil services or any administrative role, where they have to manage responsibilities and ensure that the things are running smoothly. Saturn is also linked with creating structures and building foundations. So your partner could be an engineer, architect, or someone who's related to construction field. Saturn also represents justice, rule, and regulation. So your partner might be involved in law enforcement's legal professions, where maintaining order is a priority. Saturn is connected to the earth and manual labor. So your partner could be someone who's involved in industries like mining, agriculture, or any work that involves dealing with natural resources or coal, petroleum, etc. Saturn energy is also strong in the corporate world, where discipline, management, and authority comes into play. Your partner could be someone who is involved in corporate management, business, or an executive in a company where long-term strategies and hard work is valued. When Saturn is your Tarakaraka, your partner is likely to have a personality that reflects seriousness, dedication, and a focus on long-term goals, just like we discussed earlier. They're not the type to rush into any decisions, or they're not impulsive in nature, in love, or in relationships, or in life in general. So patience and perseverance are the core qualities of this type of individual. Your spouse would tend to be more reserved and may not easily express the emotions or affection in open or in public. Your partner might have a more introverted or a cautious nature, preferring to show their love through reliability and actions rather than words. Saturn as Darakaraka suggests that your partner is highly disciplined. They may have a strict work ethic and might prioritize career, responsibilities, or personal goals. Their dedication to their work or duty could be one of their traits in their personality. Your partner is likely to be someone who thinks carefully before making any decisions, especially when it comes to relationships. They will take a very practical approach to love, viewing relationships as something that should be built over time with effort and understanding. But in some cases, say Saturn conjuncts with your spouse's Mars, then the partner may not get along well and opposition will occur in a relationship. Saturn person will be practical and behave like a guide, while Mars is always rebellious in nature. So Mars's behavior or lifestyle might get restricted due to Saturn, and this may cause dissatisfaction in the long-term relationship. Once they commit, a Saturn Darakaraka partner is quite loyal and dependable. They see relationships as a long-term investments, and they're not easily taken away by emotions. They take their role as a partner very seriously and expect the same level of commitment from their partner as well in return. So they're usually loyal partners unless Saturn is under some negative influence of Rahu or Ketu. Regarding the physical characteristics of the partner with Saturn as Darakaraka, this can vary depending on other planetary influences, but some general traits would be Saturn tends to give a slim, sometimes bony or angular physique. Your partner might have a lean, tall, or somewhat slender framework. They may not appear physically strong, but they could have the resilience and strength in their appearance. Saturn is associated with longevity and aging. So your partner might appear a little bit more mature or older for their actual age, or they may age gracefully over time. They could have grey hair in the early stages, or they'll maintain a mature, responsible look throughout their life. There could also be chances where there is a significant age gap between you and your partner. People with strong Saturn influences often have a serious facial expression. Your partner might come across as a calm, collected person. This doesn't mean that they lack warmth or they don't have feelings towards you, but their outward behavior might seem more reserved. Saturn in fire signs like Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. When Saturn is in a fire sign, there's a blend of ambition and a drive with responsibility. Your partner might be someone who has a strong leadership qualities, but they approach these roles cautiously and thoughtfully. They may be determined to succeed, but understand the importance of patience as well as planning. Saturn in earth signs like Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Saturn in earth signs bring a deep focus on practicality, security, and stability. Your partner may be someone who works hard to create a stable home and a financial foundation. They are likely to be highly responsible and value structure in all areas of life, including relationships. The connection could feel solid and secure, but sometimes lack spontaneity. Saturn in air signs like Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. In air signs, Saturn brings a balance between mental clarity and responsibility. Your partner might be highly analytical, focused on rationality and clear communication in the relationship. There will be a focus on intellectual growth, but Saturn's influence here can sometimes make them emotionally detached or overly focused on logic in the relationship. Saturn in water signs like Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. When Saturn is in a water sign, your partner may combine emotional depth with the seriousness of Saturn. So they may have a cautious approach to their feelings, but once they commit, their love will run deep and long lasting. Emotional security will be very important to them, but they may also take time to trust or open up fully in the relationship. While Saturn as Dharakaraka brings loyalty, stability, and commitment, it also comes with its own set of challenges. One of the biggest hurdles can be the sense of delay or restriction in relationships. Saturn often slows things down, meaning that you may have to experience delays in meeting your partner, or you may face obstacles in the relationship that require hard work and perseverance to outcome. There's also the potential for the relationships to feel very heavy at times. Saturn brings a lot of practicality and seriousness into the relationship, so at times you might miss the fun and the enjoyment part of the relationship. There might be times when the relationship feels more like a responsibility or a duty or a chore rather than source of joy and spontaneity. Another challenge would be, since Saturn is a slow-moving planet, the partner might be slow in commitment, slow in decision-making, slow in adapting to changes, and they would prefer stable environment, or in other words, they will try to resist changes. But they need to understand and learn that growth and stability only comes with facing and being open to changes.